Propitiation. Jesus is the propitiation for us. This is a technical term used in the Bible for meaning satisfying the wrath of God. Jesus satisfies the righteous anger of God. His anger is justly toward all who have caused this world's corruption, including you and me. These who have sinned. Those who have applied faith to Christ will not receive God's wrath because his wrath fell upon his Son. A definition. Propitiation means the turning away of wrath by an offering. In relationship to soteriology, which is the term we use for the study of salvation, propitiation means placating or satisfying the wrath of God by the atoning sacrifice of Christ. The wrath of God is exhibited on his enemies, those who reject his rule, authority, and majesty. He promised death to enter the world after Adam and Eve sinned. He brings destruction to his enemies by the hand of Israel in the Old Testament. And he has even displayed it against the Jews, and he will further bring calamity in the end times. And not only this, God will damn to hell those disobedient to the gospel. In our culture, we are taught about God's wrath. We are not taught about God's wrath, or at minimum, it isn't emphasized. Some deny that God will exercise judgment. Generally, the picture of God we get from our culture is that he's loving and understands our sin and rebellion. And we are left to believe that he will do nothing in judgment. Now, this is not a biblical view. God is loving. He's also just and will punish sin. Moreover, as those who have rebelled against God, we are all subject to his judgment. You can see Romans 3:23. It's notable that we as humans possess qualities of God. For example, we believe it is good and just that those who have hurt us should not get away with it. There should be some form of retribution or penalty exacted. And this is done in society by courts and judges. We deem them as good. When justice is served, we are free and satisfied that the guilty are punished. The death of Jesus on the cross satisfies God's anger and corresponding wrath. Justice has been served in God's eyes. By faith in Jesus, the anger of God is no longer upon us because of our former rebellion against God. The debt is paid in Christ such that the wrath of God is quenched as it relates to the individual of faith. We receive propitiation, the removal of God's anger and wrath that were required due to our iniquities. I would like you to study the following scriptures. Romans 1:18, Nahum 1:2-6, Romans 3:25, 1 John 2:2, and 1 John 4:10.